Hey, quick announcement before the video starts. Do you want to watch me play live 12 hours a day without just raw content? I have a Twitch for that. I have a Twitch that's going to be linked in the description that you can watch me 12 hours. It's a 24/7 stream and you can unlock points, rewards for giveaways such as 100 million this month. I'll give away 100 million silver worth of prizes to you guys as a thank you. I also have a bunch of stuff there that you can redeem, like the sheet, right? My crafting sheet, my food crafting sheet and all that stuff that to calculate profit much easier. You can redeem that with channel point. And if you don't want to pay channel points for it, right, which is 50,000 channel points, so it's watching for like a week or two, then you can support me on Patreon and get instantly access to this sheet and more. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Hi, do you want to stop dying transporting to Carleon? Transport it to the black market after you crafted. You craft all this stuff, you make profit on the items, and then you go to Carleon just to die in the red zone. I can show you how you can travel much more safely. So I'm going to show you a bunch of different sets you can buy, different price range for everybody. And it's going to be more my type of how I transport to the black market and why I have only gotten ganked a few times in my thousands of transports. I'm going to show you the way to get to Carleon the safest. So when you come to the market, there's 3 different mounts you can get that I think are good. I'm gonna sort by mount. So there's the ox, first of all. Very basic mount, cheap mount, right? This doesn't do much. It can be slow if you get hit, but excellent. You always want to get the excellent version of the mount, just because it saves you extra weight, right? Like an extra 200. You also want to carry a bag on the mount, and then I'll show you the set you want to build. Another mount that's pretty cool is the I mean, I'd say Grizzly, but the thing is about the Grizzly is it's on eServer, it's 3 mil each. And if I go, there's a much better mount than the Grizzly for 3 mil, and that's the Elite Ram, my favorite mount that I've been using forever. I'm just gonna go and buy that, personally. And if you're not traveling with a lot of stuff, like a lot of kilograms of stuff, but you want to be fast and you want a good amount, there's either the Moose a good option, right? You get 374 kilograms. Or there's also the Boar. The Boar is very good. This one, which is 781 kilogram. I wouldn't recommend the Elite Boar just because I prefer the Ram. Just because it's 4 times tankier than the Boar. And it's pretty fast. You only lose 10% speed, I think. Like the speed is 110%. Yeah, it's 120. Now, for the set you want to use when you transport, the tank, you want a tanky set on this because the armor is going to carry out on this mount, right? So if you're running like a Boar, let's say for example, you can afford to go an escape set. But with a mount like this or a Nox, you get dismounted, you're most likely dead. So your job is to never get dismounted. So that's why I'm going to go full plate armor, right? I'm going to go Armor of Valor. The reason for why I go to Armor of Valor is because it has extra IP by 100, just because it's a just because it's the Ava artifact, so it gives you more IP. And I'm gonna go 0.3s for this, but you can go like if you want to save money, like you don't want to go cheap, you can just go Guardian Armor 4.1, right? This won't cost you a lot at all, and it's still gonna provide you some good. Or you can even go 0.2, whatever you can afford to lose on a set. But for me, when I transport with a 3 million mount and I really don't want to die, I'll go Armor, I'll go Valor. Right? I'll get 3, just 4.3, make sure it's excellent for me, right? The extra IP, always like that. And I'm going to tell, well, I'm not going to do this right now, but I'm going to show you which ability I go for each one of them. Just going to buy this. And then the boots, which is the most expensive parts because the artifact. But this whole set will most likely cost you already 3.5 mil, right? So the whole set's probably 4 million. Oh, just having a small connection. There, back. The shield you want to go is the Astral Shield, right? What this does is it increase your defense by a lot for players. So when they hit you, you lose less HP. Really good. Excellent. Again. And then I go the mace usually, but that's just a by choice, right? You can go really pretty much anything. Because usually you can only use it when you're dismounted. I don't think it makes you much tankier. Yeah, you only increase max health. But yeah, for the abilities I go on this, I'll go this, Purifying Smoke, because this cleanse all your crowd control effects. If you get like dismounted. If you get dismounted, you usually just want to trash your item and try to at least make it out with your mount. Then here you want to increase the duration. No, not increase the duration. You want to increase your crowd control resistance, right? So you get CC'd a lot less. Here, create a magic shield, which silence. This puts you in combat, so only use this when you're really in trouble. Increase your crowd control resistance again. And this does not matter because it's only for PvE. Now here, this, I put always weight. I put extra weight on this, and this is extremely good. So if you get, it pretty much makes you CC immune, and if you get stunned, your movement speed is going to be 120%, and you're going to be immune to all stun after that, right? So you can just run through, and they can try to stun you as much as they want, but they won't happen. For the cape, you can either go Martlock or Force Sterling. I recommend Force Sterling because it works well on a mount, right? Extremely well on mount. Meaning the first time you get CC'd, like stunned, it's gonna cleanse it automatically, so you won't get stunned. And then just a bag, why not, right? Excellent, again, I like excellent. Gives you an extra 180 weight, pretty good. And you always want to run a pork pie. Pork pie, extremely good. Depending what you're transporting, and depending what you want, you maybe want to do a 0.1 pork pie, which is 35% weight. Or just a 0.0, right? Which is 30%, 5,000 silver. Always worth it. And just carry this around. Now, for the potions, you want a Gigafy potion. So that's going to make you bigger and tankier. Right here, major Gigafy potions. Let's read this. Increase your max load by 2,149% and your max health by 119% for 6 seconds. So when is this useful? And it makes you immune to force movement effects, so like roots and stuff like that, or like not like roots, but like pull, where they try to move you or knock you back. So why this is so useful is if you get knocked down, you want to try to get knocked down close to a gate, so you can use this and just go through the gate. And then after that, you'll be able to get a shield again from zoning in, right? With the boots and this, you should be able to have enough weight because of your bag. And you should be able to get through any CC or force movement effect because you have this potion and your boost ability. So they won't be able to stop you, you'll just be able to run. Now, I'm going to go to red zone and show you what I do when I do find gankers. Alright, now that I'm at the gate for the red zone, right here, red zone, you want to know your path before you even take it, right? So I'm going to go to Garifeld, Brokenfeld, all the way to Roadstarp, Corpse Steep, and then Carlon. That's going to be my path I'm going to take for the red zone. The cool thing about some yellow zone is you can bank. So let's say you have a lot of stuff to transport, you can prep your transport before. Let's say you have a mammoth. I mean, this guy just took damage, so maybe there's some red on the other side, we'll see. But let's say you have a mammoth, or you have a bigger mount, and you just want to transport with a small amount of time. You can all bring it here, and then just go back and forth, right? You go back from this yellow zone chest, and just go from Carleon to the yellow zone chest. Now, the way to safer travel, there's always times that's going to be best. Like, faction time, faction warfare time, right? That's going to be a good time to transport. And you can also use rows. Well, I will show you in the video, like, later on. But usually, you just want to make sure there's no red in the zone. So if I go ahead and zone in, this guy just took damage. And that means I'm probably going to take, to see some reds right here, right? And if there is... Yeah, look, there's 7 reds. When this happens, you just want to turn around. You don't want to try to run through, okay? Because what they'll do is they'll just wait at the gate like this, and their mounts. And this is a scout right here. This is exactly what you don't want to find. Right? Scouts like this, you don't want to go through gates like this, because that means it's probably one of these gankers using the scout as on like their second monitor. It's really dirty the way they play now these days, the gankers. But they'll have scouted gates and just wait for you like this. So instead, I'm just gonna go to another gate. I'll cut when I'm in another gate. Alright, I'm at another gate now. Decided to move from Adrian's Hill to Flat River Through. And I'm gonna try to take these two zones to Carleon. So what you want to also do, if you have a friend that plays the game, you can use a scout. So he'll run on a horse naked in front of you. And he'll scout the area. Now, this is exactly what you don't want to see right here, okay? This is what a naked scout is. It's now the ganking meta. That's what they do, right? So they have like a bunch of alternate accounts with like not running premium. That's against the TOS, but they don't really get banned. And they'll just park them at every single gate so they see whoever's coming in, whoever's coming out. And then they have like, they're watching it, right? With their second, on their second monitor or whatever they'd use, their phone, whatever. But they're watching it. Now, I'm gonna go check if they have some reds in this zone. And there's none. But again, look at this. This is the meta now. This is all what they do, right? If we check this, stats, 70,000. So it's literally ganking. Like, it's a bot account. And the thing is, you know as soon as you start going, right, that this guy will alert all their gankers and they're all gonna come for me. That's the thing. I don't know why, but Albion's been pretty sketchy these days. I don't know why. Ping's been bad. Getting this reconnection, but that's what you don't want to go through. So again, I can't go through this zone, right? I'd be guaranteeing my death seeing this. Now I'll show you a way how you can avoid all of this. Okay? So as you saw, it was really hard to come to the black market without finding a bunch of scouts or reds there. Like the last map where we saw the scout, all the reds were in the dungeon hiding, ready for you to come out. So that's why even when there's a scout like that, even when there's no red in the map, you don't want to go, because the second you go, 10 of them are going to come out of the little dungeon right behind you and gank you. Right? Because that's how they gank these days. It's not like before. They've really gotten good at it. So another way, I'm going to show you another way to transport where it's not as bad, like it's not a badly ganked, is you want to come to Carleon. Okay, first, you just buy any mount. It can be a donkey, it can be a horse, it can be a mammoth. It doesn't really matter. If I can go. And you want to come find what's called the Ava portals, which you can find all around here. The reason why you come out of Carleon and not like you try not to find them from the rails is you want to get a Ava portal that's one zone away from Carleon. So you dodge all the little naked scouts, right? You dodge them by going through a road. So what they look like is they look like this road right here, right? Just open, no slots. 10 hours left on it. I'll go check it. Alright, so I'm back. I found a road. A very good road. It leads from Hator all the way to Birkenfell, right? Which Birkenfell is not a road. It's one of the best zones to do this in because it's not really used by any gankers, because anyone coming from the cities will usually either go from Mardale straight to Carleon or they'll come from Malak Krivis straight to Carleon. No one's passing through Birkenfell, right? So that's why it's such one of the best zones to get a road in. But I managed to get one straight from the blue zone. One zone away in Hator. So, and it's open for 9 hours. So once you find a road like this, you can just do it for 9 hours as long as there's no one in it, right? And these roads skip the little naked scout a lot of times. Some of the time, they'll have the naked scout at the gate of the Ava portal. And that's just unfortunate because you can't go in it when that happens, right? Because at the end of the day, you really don't want to get ganked. That is the last thing you want to happen. So you can't just run it down through a scout and think everything's going to be okay, right? Because gankers will be hidden. Even if you don't see them on like the little number on the map, they'll be there. They'll come out of their little dungeon to make sure they hide that number. 20 of them at a time just to kill you and steal all of your stuff. So you have to pay attention at all time. And you have to be smart about it. Every decision you take is crucial. And when you do get ganked, you have to try not to be stressed and like freak out and smash all your buttons. But that comes with experience usually. So as we saw, that's just me, that's suicide. You enter this. This leads me to like another Ava portal, which will lead me to all the way to Birkenfell. So this is even a better road because it's a 2 different road, right? It takes 2 zones, so gankers a lot of the time will skip it because they don't really check 2 zone. They'll just walk in, and if they see a connection, then they might try to gank the road. But when they don't see connection instantly, they won't. Like this is another transporter, right? He's in transport set, but Kurawa is a guild that's a ganking guild, so his guild I have to pay attention to. But I don't think they'll gank me. Albion's connection problem has been very, very bad lately. With the new encryption they put up, this is what I've been dealing with like 24/7, so that's why I can't really do Black Zone anymore, right? Servers are just like this now. And of course, yes, it's because of my ping, right? Like I have 260 ping, but before I could still transport at 300 ping, it's just now I can't. Yes, I take this Ava road. And never know, we might get ganked on video. I'll try to do my best with the situation of the server right now, but like my ping. If I do get ganked, I will try to evade them for you. Just because I don't really care. I'm not carrying anything, right? I'm just trying to show you. I didn't eat my pork pie even though I should have if you're transporting something, right? But this will lead me straight to Birkenfell right here. And look at this. I'm dodging all the gankers right now. I'm dodging the little scouts, the naked scouts. I haven't seen a naked scout. The only thing I've seen is another transporter because he was in a transport set. But some of the scout will be in transport sets some of the time. So you have to take care, like... The more you transport, the more you'll know which guild to watch out for on your server. I just run like this, and then I'll check when I enter the red zone if there's any reds in the map. Because if there's 10, I need to turn around immediately. Right. Yeah, I just come here. Straight to Birkenfell. Just like this, I dodged all of them. And you just want to scout them with a naked horse before so you know the path, right? And just like this, 0 reds. Obviously, I have 600 ping, which is fine. If I can do this at 600 ping, you should be able to do it too, right? Just pay attention. At the end of the day, it's easy to be profitable selling stuff on the black market. The other part that I know a lot of people come on the stream and say they lose a lot of silver because they don't know how to transport to the black market. So hopefully this brings clarity, and hopefully this doesn't bring too many gankers to the Ava portal so they do their stupid the stress that should be banned in the game and should get their account bans, like putting alternate account at gates. I mean, that's just, it's dirty gameplays. This doesn't make the game fun, right? But they play how they want to play, I guess. It is against TOS, but very hard to catch from Albion. They can ban the boss, but it's very hard to catch the main accounts. So they can just create new accounts. Just like this, I made it to Birkenfell, and this is open for 9 hours, right? Like, I calculated, because you have to grab the lowest time of the 3 portals I took. And the lowest time was like 8 hours, 50 something minutes. So technically, you find one of these roads, and you have all day to transport, as long as there's no gankers in it. There might be some gankers for an hour, there might not be gankers an hour later. Like, it's always important when you see gankers there, then you just wait for them to be out, right? And stuff like that. Always pay attention. Just like that. You've made it to the black zone. Just traveling normally now is a death sentence with the bot problem, the ganking bot problem. But yeah, that should be much better if you use Alva roads. Hope you don't get ganked anymore, or less. Hope you get ganked less, and hope you make more money from the black market. Have a good one. Hope this helped.